Welcome
Fast and efficient
to the Nondescript Video Club podcast. Not audio. It's video and audio. But it could be audio if you follow us on Spotify that we've been starting to upload to.
But now they do video on Spotify.
Do they?
That's true.
Yeah.
We actually have an option to upload video, which we might do later.
We should.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just added video like last week. Perfect
shit.
timing.
No
Yeah.
one's going to use that.
So if you're watching this on a video on Spotify, welcome to the cutting edge. And thanks for meeting us here.
This is the next evolution of podcasts.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about fictional roller coasters that we made up.
Well, they could be real.
Yeah.
They might be real one day.
They will be real one day.
They will be real.
Yeah,
I'm all part of Manifest Destiny. That's a word, right?
That's
Manifest.
I think you're
Yeah,
thinking of manifestation.
Yeah, but
yeah, Manifest Destiny
is
was like the idea of like America wanted to
conquering
like
the Indians.
colonize all of the Indians,
Slaughtering
But-
all Native Americans.
I always thought it was like.
but
you
manifestation
manifest
is
it.
close. I mean, in a way, America was manifesting the conquering of the Native Americans.
And you know what that helped us build?
Disneyland.
Disneyland,
Oh.
Universal,
Let's go.
Legoland,
Legoland.
the best, the absolute
What's your
pinnacle
guys'
of
like
resorts.
favorite theme park? I have one in particular that I really like.
I've always been a roller coaster thrill ride guy first,
No,
so
it's
I
like
prefer a park like a Six Flags or a Cedar Point.
So you're a ride warrior, you would
Yeah.
say.
But there are certain rides I love at Disney World that, like, my favorite ride ever is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. That's my favorite ride.
Not the Guardians one.
I haven't rode that one, but I'm sure it's fine.
The Tower of Terror was unexperienced, to say the least.
Oh yeah.
I had to buy a magnet after visiting.
Did you really?
Yes,
It's right,
it's still
slap
on
it
my
right
fridge.
there on my
Oh.
fridge.
Okay, I thought you were just talking like
It's
you
a
just
little
needed a magnet, like
I
not a
just
Tower
I
of
needed
Terror.
one.
No,
Why
I
is it
bought a
like-
magnet that said I survived the Tower of Terror, and it's still on
And
my
it's got a
refrigerator.
little image of Goofy going like,
Yeah,
yeah.
actually, it's just the Tower of Terror, but that
well-
sounds cooler.
Well, the
I need to
reason
go conquer it again.
we're discussing coasters and their potential replacements is because of this controversy with the TRON
Yeah.
Legacy roller coaster, or just TRON roller
opened last
coaster.
week. Apparently you have to be super skinny to ride it.
Like me.
Yeah.
Not a problem for us
You
boys.
have to be a little
And-
walking
But
stick.
Little walking
the part
twig.
I find really,
Mhm.
I don't say funny about it. Like they were trying, but if you're too big to ride on the light cycle,
They
probably
upload
the
you
cooler-
into the game
Yeah.
and make you a virtual slave.
Yeah, they make you a virtual slave to work on the next Disney ride. But before they do that, the way they transport you, since you can't ride on the light cycle, they put you in the TRON caboose, where on the very back of the ride is just like a black box that you sit in, and you just sit there as you go through the ride. That's like
Right. And-
infinitely like
Well, okay.
super lame.
So I
now.
actually have an actual question. So I know we were joking earlier about like, oh, it's like a just black box with no windows. You just fucking sit in there. How actually like is it just like a cart? Like what is
I'm imagining
Like, how do
light
you-
cycle with a trailer hitched.
right? But what is
Yeah.
what does the trailer look like though? That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying
I'm trying
to.
to find a picture.
Like, did
but I
they-
don't know like how to like look it up.
Did they even?
When you
I'm
type in
imagining
the-
like a chariot, perhaps.
Yeah,
Like a
black and
horse-drawn
cyan
carriage.
chariot with like sharp edges and
Neon
Yeah.
yeah,
lining.
Yeah.
filled with water.
It's just a pool. Going like 60 miles per hour. Just water
splashing everywhere. You do a loop-de-loop.
I have always wondered
Okay,
about
I mean,
this.
It looks a little better than I was describing it, but it still looks like a.
Oh, it's still like a coaster.
Oh,
that's
pretty.
That was
yeah,
actually my
that's pretty
suggestion
normal.
was to style it after the car
Okay,
because they do have a
that's-
car in Tron.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, look at the Tron. It's like a fucking
Dude,
Tron.
it's better,
buggy.
but yeah.
When my parents got married, they had a fucking pool in their limo. How does that even work?
I don't know. That'd be so fucking cool. I'd be so mad if I was driving behind them, though.
I know.
Well, it's probably enclosed, right?
No, I think it's on the outside.
What if you crash?
That'd be fucking disgusting.
You die.
Yeah, you die. There's no way that's
Do
legal.
you drown or you just like break your
Yeah, I don't think they're legal anymore.
I mean, like, even if you crash a car that has a hot tub in it, the damage to the car is still going to be worse than the water that's everywhere.
Yeah, I feel like that water is going to like crush you, like a ton of weight on you. I don't know.
Did they ride in the
know.
pool or in the limo part?
Seat belt.
I don't know.
I'm
I assume
imagining like
both.
I'm imagining seeing a car crash with this limo, and like there's always funny videos of car crashes where someone has like their arm out the window and they're just like chilling the entire way through the car crash. Imagine someone in the pool,
flipping.
someone in the pool's just got their like arm. The car is spinning out of control, and you're just like.
They've got a daiquiri in one hand.
Yeah, they got a Cuban in their mouth.
Videos of people where their car is flipping and they're just completely calm is so funny to me.
Like,
That's pretty much how I was when I crashed.
Nothing compared to
oh yeah,
Nom.
how was what were you? Were you mad chilling when you got in a car crash?
I was just like, I could tell it was about to happen, kind of, or I was
You just like accepted it.
Yeah, I was like, my car started spinning. I looked to the right of me.
Chill.
I looked to the right of me. I went, there's a semi truck there, and I went, okay.
Oh, man.
And then I got out of my car and I went, oh man.
Dude, all the times I've almost gotten into a car accident. Sorry, I'm going on another tangent, but this is a funny story. All the times I've almost gotten into a car accident, I've been mega chill about it, just super chill. Like the other day, I almost spun out and I got pushed onto the side of the road, and I was fine. I was chilling for like 2 hours. But the day before that, or however long before, I was driving down the road, and there's a light, and I wasn't thinking anything of it. I drove through it, and immediately this other car goes through the intersection and like almost T-bones me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm honking, they're honking, they're yelling at me. I drive through the intersection, I get home, and then I get out of my car and I'm like, dude, that idiot literally went on a green light. Like, I had a red the whole time.
Yeah.
I just like, ran a green light.
Fuck. Wait,
You ran a red light. You ran a red light and started honking at the dude.
He was probably so confused. Yeah, because he was going like slower than I was, and I just like blazed through the light, and I was like, "You fucking idiot, asshole!" Yeah, he's probably like, "What the hell, man?"
Dumbass.
That's fucking funny.
Always check.
Yep. So always check for a red light.
Always make sure to
Guys, rules of the road. Red means
I don't know why, but like in my brain, I remember like just going through the light, being like, "Yeah, I got a red. I'm good."
Oh, red?
I mean, I've done that.
Man, only if there was like some kind of roller coaster I could live that. 'Cause, like, I'm not gonna do it myself.
Well, speaking of
brings
roller
us-
coasters, sounds like Disney's gonna need a brand new one to replace this fat phobic TRON fiasco.
Yeah.
So we all assumed, we all put ourselves in the shoes of
the Disney Imagineers.
of a Disney Imagineer, and we've got some replacement coasters in mind from various IP. These might not be specifically from Disney for Disney World.
Right. They could be for Universal, and eventually,
My favorite park is one called Diggerland. It's all about like
where on earth
construction.
is that?
There's like three of them.
Oh.
They're all around.
That's
like,
your
like,
idea?
No, it exists.
He's saying that that's a real place.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of.
Never heard of this.
It's a bunch of rides, and they use actual like equipment.
That sounds
so, like cranes and
so
stuff.
illegal.
But they modify the crane where it just spins you around.
Oh,
yeah, you've heard of
know
it.
about this. Yeah, it's like a
coolest-
derby thing.
Oh,
it's
that
like
sounds so redneck.
It is, but they're pretty
Yeah.
popular.
Oh yeah, it's followed by USA, so it's New Jersey.
New Jersey.
But we each have
I could go there.
with a roller coaster pitch
Yep.
connected to
something.
Famous
Something,
IP. An IP at least as famous as Tron,
Yeah.
which is
At
Not
least.
a lot to accomplish.
isn't saying much. But does anybody have what? Does anybody want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first.
Yeah.
Cade
Fucking launch
seems
it,
ready.
Cade.
He's chomping at the bit.
I got a little. So this is an IP that I think we're all familiar with, Austin Powers.
Oh, Randy,
baby.
baby.
Yeah.
Spy who
The
shagged me.
British
International
super
Man.
spy who is known for shagging, for having terrible teeth, for being ugly but getting so many women.
Having a penis
Yeah,
pump.
Lord.
Yeah.
Machine gun
So-
Teens,
jubblies.
Baz,
Basically, I've
teens.
created a ride here
Twice,
that
twice.
will embody the spirit of the Austin Powers cinematic universe in the form of a ride. So this is like
awesome.
this is kind of like a theme ride. It's not really a ride that goes super fast. It goes super fast at some points, but most of the ride is just you're kind of going through really detailed animatronic scenes.
Like a Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
situation.
So it starts with Austin Powers needs your help to stop Dr. Evil's secret plan. Step into the Shagmobile, get debriefed by Basil, and ride through Austin through an adventure of a lifetime. So, along the way, you'll pass by several familiar Austin Powers moments. You'll start in Austin's pad, where you'll twist and turn through a sexy, seductive photo shoot with the illustrious Gulpina Guzla, which concludes as you glide through a steamy haze of pink smoke. Next, you'll pass through the British intelligence agency top secret laboratory. After the car becomes stuck in a narrow hallway, the riders are jerked back and forth as Austin attempts a 12-point turn.
Yeah, it's like a good ride.
Finally, the riders...
Powers, man.
Yeah, man. Paying attention to detail, right? Finally, the riders are showered in a blast of snow and chilled air as they watch Austin get cryogenically frozen in the nude.
Wow.
Next, you'll pass through a portal with hypnotic patterns and bright lights that will lead you to Dr. Evil's phallic lair in outer space.
Mm-hmm.
Watch a lifelike mini-me animatronic be catapulted through solid glass at 50 miles per hour before passing an animatronic of Scott Evil throwing knives into a picture of his dad. After that, riders pass under the scrotum of a massive lifelike fat bastard animatronic as they're enveloped in a cloud of stink.
Oh my god.
Finally, help Austin defeat Dr. Evil in a dance-off that continues as the riders exit the ride. Performers dressed in Dr. Evil and Austin Powers costumes greet the riders as they exit the ride to a dance floor lobby that leads into the gift shop, which sells Swedish penis enlargement pumps.
I really like that
Wow.
ride. I
That
will
was-
say,
That was
Kate,
very well thought out.
you did
actually.
skip a very essential part, I feel like, in the Austin Power.
What did I skip? I know I skipped a bunch.
The gag, the, like, having sex gag.
Having sex?
Yeah, behind, like, the curtain.
Oh. Yeah.
There would. That's true. That actually would be a
That would
funny.
be-
That would be an
thing, bro.
essential piece.
I
of
did
the
think
puzzle.
about that, but I didn't know where I could
Yeah.
put it in. But that would definitely be an easy thing you pass by on the ride.
You know, a lot of
Mini-me.
rides have, like,
You know what would be-
refurbishments.
You know, it'd be
later
kind of
on,
funny
so-
actually if it was like a two car system where you had like two separate cars running at the same
yeah.
time, and there's one point where you kind of almost cross
Yeah,
paths,
I like
and you see
that.
like Austin fucking the cars.
Face fucking the car into a little kid.
Oh, be
Yeah, baby, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he goes off like a ramp and just disappears into the distance. Yeah, so
I really like.
that's
I can
basically
hear
my
the
idea.
mini-me gag.
Yeah.
It was like, whee! Like,
That was an incredible. Not only was
Oh,
I mean.
detail.
That was a very
Imaginative.
great concept. I feel like you captured the spirit of Austin Powers perfectly, and also that was a
Yeah.
great just description of it too.
I really
Like,
like the gift shop.
very
you know?
good.
Thank you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the gift shop would sell like Swedish penis Swedish. Probably those. And what else would it sell? Like
That's not
Ball
mine.
caps.
What?
Bald caps.
Bald caps.
Machine gun jubblies, for sure.
Oh,
definitely.
what's his necklace? Like the man necklace?
Oh yeah, the
male
necklace
symbol.
with the male symbol
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
Probably like a prop mole. You know,
Yeah.
like
All
Oh,
fake
yeah.
bad teeth.
yeah.
Lost
Yeah.
in teeth. Yeah.
I know I'm
That would
draining
be
my,
awesome.
I
draining
would-
my bank account.
J. Roach,
I would
contact
go there.
us.
I would literally
What's J.
fucking.
Roach?
Directed the movie.
I thought it was Austin Powers.
He made Disney World. I would actually ride.
I would
that
ride the
ride
shit
so
out of that.
fast.
Too.
That
That'd be-
sounds
that
like
sounds
it'd be
fun.
really
I'd ride it
fun.
in cosplay. Honestly.
The only part I wouldn't like is the fat bastard
Does
part.
it actually
Go under his
stink?
balls. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
sprays
like
a
Shrek
cloud of
4D.
stink at you.
What's like the
Yeah.
what's the basis of the stink?
They take a bunch of
like a stinky spray.
I
Like-
feel like you wouldn't have to make it,
It actually
stinky. I
farts
would
in
say
they take a
Well,
bunch
it
of
can't
dead
do that.
fish and
I wouldn't do that
leave them
'cause
in a room.
I would have it be like chicken wings or something. Cause eating chicken wings all the time, you know. And, like,
Oh,
baby-
yeah.
No, it's
Yes.
baby back ribs.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good
Yeah.
point. Like,
Oh,
like
sorry.
some fake.
That's my baby
Yeah,
back
it's like
barbecue
barbecue
sauce
smell.
drips on you.
Yeah, it's like some barbecue. It's like a barbecue smell. Like it's not stinky because no one's gonna ride it though. But if it's like a nice barbecue,
Stinky
not bad.
ride.
I would
It's like
ride it
the
for
Lilo
the
and
stink,
Stitch
though.
ride. You know the Lilo and Stitch ride?
That ride's too scary.
They did it on the Bugs
There's
Life
a part where-
ride on
Oh,
Yeah,
I've gone
Shrek
there.
4D.
That ride's also very.
There's a part
scary.
where Stitch burps and he blows it in the audience face, and you smell like pizza and gross stuff.
That's actually disgusting.
Well, I
That,
feel
I'm
like
thinking about that.
barbecue-
That'd probably be enough for me to not go on. Not in your case. If it was Fat Bastard, I think it'd be funny. But I don't care enough.
balls.
I don't care enough about Stitch to fucking take a fucking fat pizza burp in the face from that guy. I'd fucking say, you know what? I've had it with you.
But if it was out of Fat Bastard's ass, hell yeah, sign me
Well,
up.
Ben, you're mansplaining Cade's ride now so much. Why don't we nitpick your pick?
Yeah.
All right.
yeah,
All
Ben,
right.
How about
We can-
you
we
give
can
us
hit
your
mine.
pitch?
We can hit mine. All right. So, the ultimate film bro roller coaster. This might exist at like a place like Universal. I don't actually know who owns the IP for the film.
The A24 theme park.
The film Drive.
Oh.
I don't remember presently who directed that movie,
Ryan
but that's
Gosling.
not important because it stars Ryan G-Man.
Mm-hmm. The goose.
And so right off the bat, we need to start this ride, you know, like the queue area. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever like seen rides where they like have like the hologram,
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
like they have, like,
yeah.
of course. Where
yeah.
there's, like, yeah.
Basically, Ryan Gosling shows up, and he kind of just basically explains the plot up to the movie of the movie up to where the ride starts. All right. Really, there's just really no good
so
way.
I really like this girl.
There's really no good way to go
Lives in
about
my
that in the
apartment
ride
building.
except for just having Ryan Gosling show up and sort of,
So
you
it
know.
takes place during the movie.
Yeah, no,
And
it's
it's
kind
canon,
of
too.
reliving the events of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like, it's canon-
Ryan Gosling
it's-
in character.
Yeah, so basically the way that this ride works is that it's all canon. You're kind of like in the car, like along for the ride, basically.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so this ride actually kind of works. It's actually a drop tower, very similar, very similar to Tower of Terror. So you guys actually might really enjoy this, I think.
Oh,
you know?
hell yeah.
But it kind of starts. It starts once you get past the queue. Once you get in the cars, you get in these little squatty Mustangs.
Yep.
They got room for 4 people in them. They're kind of like remember like when you were kids you had those little like
yeah,
tiny
of course.
cars you would drive around.
I can imagine.
They kind of look like that, but they're huge.
Okay.
Like roller coaster sized. And so the first portion of this ride.
Does everybody get their own drive jacket?
That's a gift
Big
shop.
scorpion.
That's probably
that's a gift shop
gift shop
item. That's a
item.
gift shop item
Because,
for
like,
sure.
A lot of rides, they have like the add-ons to enhance
You're right.
the ride and
Yeah.
enhance the ride, like the Spider-Man ride and stuff. That's your enhancement.
Right. So this ride takes you. It works very much similarly to Tower of Terror actually. So it kind of takes you on this slow car journey actually for a while. We're not stepping down the gas right away. So takes us through. We start actually. We're kind of sort of kind of thrown in like halfway through the movie. Basically, it's the part where it throws him into the part where he first has to actually murder somebody.
Right.
Like I said, Ryan Gosling has explained all the boring parts up to here, so we kind of got to get to the special effects and all that stuff, like with the ride. So it takes us to the part where he's in the bathroom or in the apartment or whatever, and he's just killing people.
Yep.
And he has to like shoot the guy with the shotgun. It's awesome. There's so many special effects. There's an animatronic. They actually have made 3 separate animatronic Ryan Goslings for this ride.
Oh.
And he actually came back to do voice lines for them.
They're
all
incredible. You would have to.
For some of these scenes though, they do use lines right from the movie, but we'll get to some
Ryan
new
Gosling
lines in a second.
Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
It's Ryan something, right?
Yep.
You're close. He owns a football club.
Reynolds.
Ryan Rangus.
It's a football club.
Go ahead. Man.
So huge special effects, and also, so try to think of this. The car is basically riding through the house. Like there's probably 8 cars that are all just kind of going through the house, you know. Then that brings us to the next scene, which is the elevator scene, which to accommodate for the size of the car, the elevator unfortunately has to be huge.
It's like a freight elevator.
Has to be giant. Yeah, it's basically a freight elevator. and so you got Ryan Gosling and Carey Mulligan in the elevator, and then the other guy, the hitman, and we witness the murder, him murdering, and we're just kind of in there with him. And there's, again, great special effects, blood splatters, squibs, all practical effects.
Must be this tall.
Expensive ride.
Yeah. No, there's none of that like lame like hologram special effects that they try to do in some of those Disney rides. They're going all out. This is Hollywood,
It's
baby.
prosthetic.
Wow, for such a popular movie too.
Yeah. No, I mean they knew the audience.
And that's just for days when Ryan Gosling and Carey Mulligan can't actually be there.
Right. Yeah, it's actually like an Indiana Jones stunt fest where
I was gonna say, isn't the Pirates of the Caribbean like sometimes it's like
sometimes
Jack
Johnny
Sparrow
Depp shows up.
there,
They
just
did
there.
that one at the day of first open. Yeah, they had Jack Sparrow. They had Johnny Depp there.
Oh
And so
my
then-
god!
The elevator's going up, and that brings us to the next part, the drop tower.
Oh
Hell
my
yeah.
So-
god.
You might be thinking, why on earth would it's a car ride? Why would it be a drop tower?
Well, I'm thinking right now, why didn't I like a launch coaster?
I was
Yeah.
wondering that too when I was coming up with the idea. Then I was thinking, wait, it would actually be awesome if instead of like a normal drop tower where you sit like, up like this, they actually bring you to the top and then the car rotates down like that.
That'd be insane.
And that doesn't just drop you, it pushes you down.
And it's like a road as you go down.
Yeah, it's all night. Perfect girls playing in the background. And
Would you
there's-
go back up again, or
Yeah, so actually this is where they started recording new voice lines from Ryan Gosling. So they get a line from him where he's like, "Shit, we got to put it in reverse."
Like it's a fucking Fast and Furious.
we forgot my jacket?
Goes back up, and then yeah, it's basically just a whole it's kind of like a Scooby-Doo chase of him forgetting things and remembering, and then he's like, "Oh shit, there's a guy."
Oh, I forgot my keys. Gotta go back.
Back
Yeah,
down.
there's actually no stakes here. He's a big chase or anything. It's just
I forgot my driver's license. What if I get pulled
Wow.
over?
He just drives down to this road where there's like a dead end sign at the end, and he's like, "Gotta turn around."
oh shit, wrong way. Think I missed the exit.
One more
You
time,
know-
folks.
I was really against it. I'm not gonna lie, Ben. But hearing how you
That was pretty
incorporated
Yeah.
the drop tower, I was like,
And
all right,
then-
I can get.
And then
into it.
obviously you get to the bottom, and then you get to the gift shop. You can buy the drive jacket.
That's cool. Like a scorpion.
Yeah, you can buy figurines of all the characters, especially standard Gabriel.
What if I want a what if I want a plush?
Jacket.
Yeah, you
Some
can
driving gloves.
Yeah, you can get some driving gloves. They've got plushies, just Ryan Gosling plushies.
That's cool. What kind of candy and
Carey
beverages?
Mulligan's kid.
They have like alcohol. Like you can just buy like liquor there.
Straight up liquor.
It's for the whole family.
We sell 40s here.
Cigarettes.
Don't drink and drive, folks.
We sell cigarettes here, but we don't have a cigarette area in the park. So
Drinking.
They sell that one stunt mask that
Yeah.
Gosling wears. He's bald.
Weirdly, there's some La La Land merch as
Yeah.
well.
It's always
Pretty
a
much,
nice
actually,
crossover.
every other Ryan Gosling movie, they also. This is actually.
This is Ryan World.
It's Ryan World. It's a park exclusively for Ryan Gosling rides.
They got a La La Land coaster. They've got a Barbie coaster
Yep.
coming up.
The
Yep.
Notebook ride.
Oh
Notebook
yeah.
Still
They've got.
waiting.
He's got a ride. I don't know if you guys ever watched. Ryan Gosling actually directed a movie once.
Oh, yeah.
I
Was it
heard
Water
that.
or something?
Lost River.
River, yeah.
It was an awful movie. It's terrible.
bad.
It was.
Why is it
it-
so
I
bad?
don't know. It was like a nice looking movie, but the story was just like it genuinely was like
They could have
like a
s-
film school
Yuck.
movie.
They could have a subsection in that park for Kevin Smith because he's in a bunch of Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, Ryan's a good guy. He looks out for
Isn't
his
he?
friends, you know.
I don't know. I've
I
never
don't-
seen a Kevin Smith.
I
movie,
don't.
think.
I also don't
Really?
know the validity of that
Never
statement.
seen
Oh,
But-
I've seen Tusk.
I've seen. Never
That's
seen
it.
Tusk before.
Anyway, that sounds like a great ride / park pitch, Ben. I think that Disney could incorporate. They have Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom,
Ryan World.
Star Wars
They could just
ride,
get rid of,
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge. Fuck it, good old Ryan World.
Tourists
Getting
are
rid of
wondering.
Epcot. They just replaced with Ryan Gosling's head.
the ball is just a big Ryan head.
Tourists are wondering, can you spend a whole day in Ryan World? My answer, an emphatic yes.
And then they interview about him like, Ryan, what do you think about the opening of Ryan's World?
And so Ryan
like-
mascot. If it's
Yeah.
like a giant, it's like a Mickey Mouse.
No,
type
dude,
mascot.
real life Ryan Gosling would be like,
Yeah, I
"Oh,
think it's cool.
It's cool, I guess.
He would like nod at the camera and then
Be like, I don't know about that.
I don't really know about
They didn't
that.
ask me about this.
He has no idea. I don't really know about that. All right, peace.
All right. Well, I'm ready to give my pitch here.
Yeah, you
Go
know,
ahead.
we have enough space for one more option, so
Yeah.
we might have to kill. We might have to kill one of our options.
Oh damn.
All right,
That's rough.
let's do it.
That's so unfortunate, Pete.
I have an idea. I'm just saying one of ours won't make it.
All right.
There's only 3 open spots.
All right, dear Disney.
writing a letter.
You're a fucking Santa Claus.
All right. All right, you guys, imagine this. All right. After waiting in a ride queue in what looks like an average corporate office building, you're shuffled into a large conference room. You and other riders are greeted by the low, confident voice and villainous, charming smile of Patrick Bateman. The American Psycho Rollercoaster. He introduces himself and offers you his business card, laughing when you have no business card of your own in return. He tells you you're about to go on an evening out on the town with some buddies from corporate. You are then sorted into a coaster car that is shaped like a black stretch limousine. There's actually going to be a decent amount of overlap between my idea and yours. And Patrick's voice guides you on the tour through the bustling nightlife of the New York City elite. Your car passes by the Dorsia restaurant. Patrick mentions that he'd kill for a reservation there. And at the next place, you're greeted by a table of snide businessmen who chatter passingly racist remarks about the people in your car.
And then Patrick Bateman goes, cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
Patrick suggests that you both get out of this place. The car is rapidly whipped around and goes flying back out the door of the restaurant and into the busy street. You are sent flying past other cars, zooming as Patrick rattles on about the stench of the people on the sidewalk.
Oh, it's a menace.
Oh my god.
Your car comes to a halt, stopped by the presence of Willem Dafoe as a detective investigating Patrick. He gets defensive but manages to escape the uncomfortable situation, and the car is launched backwards before sending you up the elevator shaft to the floor of Bateman's apartment. He's softly telling you some mildly intellectual point about a band you've never heard of, when suddenly he yells, "Hey!" and the car whips around to reveal a massive Christian Bale animatronic wielding an axe. It chases you back and forth through the apartment, the car tossing the riders around madly. He cackles and you narrowly escape as the animatronic runs behind you like the Carnotaurus in the dinosaur ride. He narrowly misses you as the car plummets back down the elevator shaft, finally safe from Bateman. The ride ends with you finally safe and sound, or so it seems. You then exit through the American Psycho gift shop, coming soon to Disney's Magic Kingdom.
Oh my god.
Whoa! That's
Right,
insane.
scary.
That I would also ride that. It definitely reminds me of Rock and Roller
What if I want
Coaster.
to buy some merch?
Well, I imagine in the
merch.
store you could be
Like a
well, you could
like
maybe
a
print your own
raincoat?
custom business card.
That'd be
That'd be a
Definitely.
cool
Oh, yeah, because I was
thing.
thinking, like, you know how the Avatar ride and, like, the build your own lightsaber? I feel like that could easily have.
Yeah.
I would say, like,
Print your own
easily, like, $65 to print one business card.
I do think what would be a very. I mean, we technically talked about it before, but what would be a funny gag in that
Oh, the photo idea.
is it doesn't have to be the photo thing. It would be funny if it was the photo thing at the end, but even if just there's at any point there's a line where it like picks the name of one random person in the car, and at the part where they're in the room with all the car people, it says, "Let's see Kurt's business card."
Let's see Maria's business card. Let's see her business card.
Yeah, I just imagine like
Very nice.
like there's just so many like just whispers of American Psycho sound bites all around you.
Yeah, everywhere.
I
Like a
really
nightmare ride.
I really like the idea of it like being particularly racist to specifically the people in your car, which means that like somebody like a ride operator had to be like Chinese.
They have like they have buttons. they have like a database of like 10 stereotypes, like 10 racist stereotypes, and they have the ride operator who has to pick them before he launches the car.
Halfway through the ride, oh, the lighting was off. Oh,
If there's
I'm gonna-
enough Chinese people on the ride, it sends you down an alternate path through the laundromat.
Oh, a nice little Easter egg.
Oh God, Jesus.
Okay,
Christ.
today we're trying an Easter egg on the Patrick Bateman ride. Apparently, if you say all 6 people in your car are Chinese, it takes you down an alternate route.
Now I know what you're thinking. I'm white, but look at my funny hat.
It asks your. It asks.
my God.
Wait. So you're saying it asks your race?
No, you have to trick the ride
Like
out.
the
trick
like
the
an
ride
operator
somehow. I'm not gonna
before
go
the
into
ride
that.
starts goes like
You might think we're in Simpsons world.
like discreetly they like make a note of like who's in the car. Like I guess that would be how it worked, right?
Right.
Like if you were gonna have it
Well,
like
I think-
personalized.
I think it would. I feel like Disney. If Disney were to do it, I feel like they would do it in the way where you pick your race beforehand.
I don't think Disney would do it like that.
Either that, or there'd be no info disclosed about.
Why would you pick anything but white though, going on the American Psycho ride?
I don't know. You get like a family who's never seen it. It's like, ooh, new Disney ride.
There's not one white person in that movie who like has a good time at all.
No, there's no person in that movie. Who has a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah, but all the guys who get to eat at cool restaurants
There's
are
gotta
white.
be a there's gotta
Yeah,
be an
bacon.
Easter egg if it's all women on the ride too.
Yeah. And if you want to hear all the custom voice lines, you want you're
That's
like
where
changing your position in line to be with certain people.
That's where Disney would get in trouble.
Now
I feel
you're
like.
racist.
If it's all women on the ride, it
Right.
takes you to
You're the
the
racist.
sex scene that happens.
Yeah.
Your car gets railed by Patrick
Yeah, he's like,
Bateman.
Sabrina, I
Yes.
want you to spread your asshole.
Like the person in the car. It's like the most deeply offensive fucking ride.
I think that would be a good
It's a
name.
nightmare.
You can modify it for a person's name in the car.
This is a nightmare ride.
It's tied to your
dude.
magic band.
Your magic band, yeah.
Yeah, that's how Disney would do it. They would all of a sudden start asking more questions in your magic band application. They'd be like, "Oh, that's probably just like like
country of
demographics
origin?
or whatever, you know."
Country of origin, America. Drop down menu. What race?
Mother's country of origin.
No,
Is that
okay.
important?
I guess
Why does Mickey need to know?
What's your yearly income?
it's really income level.
Poor people get a different ride
Are
experience.
you
than
like
rich
a
people.
once in a lifetime Disney World visitor?
If you're a bunch of rich people on the ride, the corporate guys they're like cool with you, like they're
yeah.
But if you're
This whole bit is gonna make us look really bad
you're-
if someone hasn't seen American
if you're rich,
Psycho.
if you're rich, Patrick Bateman says the people outside stink, and if you're poor, he says you stink.
Yeah. If you're
Smell your
rich enough,
stench inside my car.
Thanks for leaving your awful stink.
if you're rich enough, you just see
Poor piece of
Patrick
shit.
Bateman shooting the homeless guy in the head.
He stabs him.
Oh, he stabs him. That's right. He shoots the attendant right at the desk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
after that.
I don't know. That's wild. That is a truly terrifying
You
ride.
can find it next to Space
Peter. I was
Mountain.
gonna say Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. There's some offensive shit in there. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about Native
Yeah.
American.
You
They're
guys hear
actually
about the Peter
tearing
Pan?
down Splash Mountain and putting the Patrick
Putting
Bateman American
American
Psycho
Psycho.
ride.
Taking out the Hall of Presidents and putting the Patrick Bateman around.
Do you guys hear about the Peter Pan movie that's coming
Oh,
out?
like the fucking prequel one.
No, the
Peter
one.
and Wendy.
No, the one that's
like a horror
it's
thing.
a horror movie. It's rated R, and Tinkerbell is apparently an extremely obese drug addict.
Brilliant.
I said to make her over sexualized. Is she still the
No.
same size?
Huge
I
honker.
don't-
Yeah, she's still a pixie.
I think if she is, that's lame. They should go the opposite route and make her fucking huge.
I feel like all of
maybe-
these horror Disney
She's not riding the
movies.
Tron like she's not
She's
riding.
not. She's going the Tron
Going
trolley.
the Tron trolley.
Like maybe at the beginning it's like a flashback to Peter Pan's life when she's like a little
It
tiny
explains why
fairy,
she got.
and then it goes to 20 years later and it's like she's the size of a house.
Fat bastard.
like she's the size of a house, and that she's
farts
overweight,
on
or she's just like a giant. Like is she?
Both.
Okay.
She's extremely overweight, but she's also impossibly huge too.
I feel like a lot of these horror Disney movies should have taken the cue from fucking Tomorrowland, not Tomorrowland.
Oh yeah, Escape from
Yeah,
Tomorrowland.
Escape from Tomorrowland, and how
Yeah.
great of a movie that was. I feel like that should have been
Yeah.
a telltale sign what's to come if you keep making these.
I think that's the only
you
movie
like
where
that
there's
movie?
a sex scene that happens where the woman says, "Fuck my vagina."
It's a very bad movie. Have you ever seen it?
I've never seen it.
You
I've
should.
never seen it.
You guys should watch it. It's
I'm pretty sure
wild.
that happens, or she says something
Dude, it's
about
Funny
her
to be
vagina.
anatomically correct.
It's so weird. Do you know,
during
like-
sex.
for people who don't know, they snuck a camera into Epcot, right?
Yeah,
I think
they
it's just
filmed
Disney
it-
World
Oh,
in
it's Disney
general.
World?
Disney World.
Yeah, and then it's like it's throughout the movie you see like the seedy side of like the underworld of Disney, and it's
Yeah.
like
And they turn into rats,
yeah,
right?
It's so fucking stupid.
And since they shot it on Disney World property without their permission, just everybody's faces is all blurred out.
Did they? Wait, what do you mean like the seedy underworld? There's like the.
Okay, so like the plot of the movie is like this guy, he goes to Disney World with his family. It's like his wife, his 2 kids.
He fucks
And-
his wife's vagina.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically. And while
Okay.
he's there, he's like having a really shitty time. He's like, my wife and kids are being bullshit ass, shit ass, bitch ass shits. And
I'm gonna fuck Minnie Mouse.
he ends up like wandering away, and he like stumbles into this weird science experiment that's happening. I'm pretty sure it's inside the Epcot ball,
Yeah,
right? He
that's
goes
wild,
inside
yeah.
the Epcot ball and he finds like this weird experiment happening, and then he like blacks out, and then he wakes up and this woman is like fucking him, And he's like, oh my God, I cheated on my wife. I must have just gotten so drunk and I don't know what happened.
got
And he
so drunk
just
in the Epcot
considers
ball.
whatever happened to him a dream. But then he starts turning into a rat. And he has to hide it from his family. He starts like throwing up hairballs. And his eyes turn yellow. And
I get Sith eyes.
Also, this whole movie, keep in mind, this whole movie's in black and white.
it's all in black and white. And they shot it on Disney World property without permission.
Yeah, it's
so
like a
just-
GoPro the guy put in his
Yeah,
shirt.
it's really terribly filmed.
But it got a bunch of like.
It was on
press.
Netflix.
Yeah, it got a
which
bunch
is
of
so
press
Well-
and stuff because.
Because of the way they filmed it.
Yeah, they're like Disney's
wanna
trying
watch
to
that.
I
suppress
had
us.
heard of it. I knew.
And
that-
like Disney was like, we don't care this movie shit.
Yeah, they were like, we're not gonna sue at all. It's terrible.
like maybe if it was good, if it was worth anything.
Yeah, if it was worth even a single second of our time.
You didn't even get the right animal right.
Maybe it's good. I don't know. I'll have
So
to go
it's
back
like
and
the
watch
idea
it.
that he's like turning into like Mickey Mouse or like.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but he's a
like,
rat.
yeah,
He's turning into Rick.
turning into a
He's turning
It's
disgusting.
done with like
turning into Rick
CG?
Mouse.
I can't remember
I
to
don't
be
know,
honest.
actually. Probably not.
I think it's partially like they put like hair on his wrists and his face that are like practical. But
I
I
don't
know in
know-
like the last shot he's like throwing up in the toilet and his wife comes in on him and he like turns and his face is like entirely radish. He's turned into a rat completely. I think that's all CG, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like shit.
Were they staying on Disney property? Like, did they stay at a dope hotel, or were they like?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
They
did
were at the
so.
Dolphin,
Yeah.
baby. Let's go.
They stayed in the $10 million Cinderella suite in Magic Kingdom.
What a way! They're staying at the $5,000 Star Wars hotel where you can drink Jabba's blood for fucking
Yeah, and you get
for a hefty
you
fee.
get taken a prisoner by the Empire.
Jabba's toxic black blood that comes out.
Prisoners, the bathroom is around the corner. All right, folks. Well, that was a fun little Disney pitch session. Disney, if you're listening and you want more great ideas, you can go ahead and give us a call. Unless Peter, you have
Unless
A
Peter
last
is ready
minute-
with his
a last minute
grand
edition.
slam of a ride.
Yeah, let's
Well-
let's hear something from Pete.
Theme parks. Not all roller coasters. You know that?
That's true. Very
Sometimes
true.
You need some
God,
activities.
This is gonna get nasty.
That's why I created the John Wick social experience.
In the hotel?
No, it's in the park. It's like it's like an ongoing game throughout the park.
Doesn't
so you
answer
can
any
opt
questions.
in. What do you mean fucking hotel?
Just go. Like the hotel from the movie.
Oh, like
but just
Grand
go.
Budapest?
No, keep
What?
going.
No, you keep talking.
going.
You keep talking. I'm sorry.
That was
So
our
it's a
fault.
social game. So a lot of these parks now are introducing kind of stuff to do outside of the rides because a lot of
Right.
them have long wait. You know, Patrick Bateman ride. That's at least like a 3-hour wait.
Yeah,
Easy.
You
it's
gotta do
true.
something during
Yeah.
it. So whenever you get a ticket, if you pay an additional $355, you can opt into the John Wick social experiment, where one lucky contender is John Wick, and you have to track him down through the park.
Is he allowed to just
Kill people.
fuck you up?
Well, no. So
How
you
does he
can
retaliate?
Get, so
What if
you
he's
can get,
10?
And if you can, shouldn't have bought it. That's why the price
What if
is.
he's 10 years old?
John Wick.
Daddy, what's a John
That's all
Wick?
about the family plan, and their fucking 10-year-old just got the short
Yeah,
straw.
like only
Holy
one
fuck.
John Wick. Well, you can also be like Lawrence Fishburne or like one of the rat
It's
people
like
in it.
a
Or
dad, and he's like, honey, our son, Kyle, he's John Wick. There's a
We have to kill him.
$25,000 contract on his head.
Well, kind of. So, yeah, so you might be wondering, like, okay, you're John Wick. What does everyone else do? So,
What do they do?
how it works is if you're John Wick, every hour is a new John Wick.
Okay.
Because, you know, not everyone's going to do it if you just buy. But if you survive an hour as John Wick, you get 2 free fast passes.
Oh,
Jesus.
Right.
That's quite a deal for $355.
Well, there's more to it.
Maybe
so,
get too fast.
So if you're not John Wick, you have to go to guest services and you go and pick up your gun. But it's like a dart gun though. It's like tracks as Bluetooth to your phone. So if you shoot John Wick, you
Yep.
get a fast pass yourself.
Oh,
Jesus,
okay.
man.
You get it's a kind of like King of the Hill type of thing, where it's not King of the Hill, is it like?
I love that show.
Yeah, I love that show too.
But if you kill him, also that means you're the next John Wick, and you can kind of start doing bounties and putting up your fast passes, and starting to gamble a little bit. So the whole
30
point of
fast passes.
you have to
kill
work as
this
a team.
John Wick.
Yeah, you have to work as kind of like a team to track down John Wick. But only one person gets the money.
I
So
would
you really
think
got
that'd be
everyone
fun.
kind of just fighting
That
each
actually
other
sounds fun.
for the purpose to kill John
If
Wick.
Dude,
if
people would go fucking
Crazy
feral
for
I know.
They would be like, I am only visiting Disney once in the next
do that.
decade, if at all. I'm finding
Right.
whatever 14-year-old kid is John Wick, and I am juicing that
Dude,
kid.
you know there'd be like Disney employees like in the morning, just like talk, or not in the morning, like maybe like noon, talking like, yeah, they haven't caught the John Wick at all this morning. Yeah, he's been going strong for 4 hours.
I swear to God, he's hiding in the Tower of Terror dipshit.
Yeah, I do think that needs to like reset, but I think it should be more than an hour.
What-
I feel like you do need some more time to
if
like
you survive an hour, you
create
get
stuff
another or
of
something.
legend, you know? Like there
Yeah.
needs to be like
yeah.
like it could be like
Maybe
There
like,
needs to be a John Wick Hall of Fame.
well, there
like,
can be
most
like so John
kills.
Wick has friends in the movies. Like he has Halle Berry, the dogs.
So,
So
you'd
you
have
can
allies,
maybe if
perhaps.
John Wick's still alive, you just get like every hour a new character unlocks for the team. There's like different perks you get. So like,
What indication would you have that someone was John Wick?
I feel like
Suit.
one was
The way they're acting.
there's a one size fits all suit. There's just some 8-year-old running around. He's like, get him!
Fucking grown ass man tackles him.
I was thinking there's
Those
like
fucking fast passes. I
There's-
paid $350.
the drive ride to 7-hour wait, please. I need these.
Do we have to tackle him or do we have to also kill him too?
I knocked him out. He's
Is that
out
good
cold.
enough? Because I'll kill him too. I'll kill him.
So there's like a radar on your phone where Disney's a very popular, so you can tell like what area
Yeah.
he'd be in. But there's so many people, you got to kind of figure out
Yeah.
who is actually John Wick.
See, like an 11.
Well, that would be a such better use of because like that was like what Galaxy's Edge tried to do
Yeah,
a little
that's kinda
bit,
my
where it's like
basis,
you
yeah.
could. In Galaxy's Edge, they had like a phone app that you could like interact with the stuff around you, but it was super like lame because it was just like, oh, congratulations, you unlocked a crossword puzzle.
Yeah, this one maybe it wouldn't be $350. Maybe it's just like $25.
I would if it was like genuinely if that was under $50,
I would say maybe 45.
45, I would probably pay once to do it at
It
least.
sounds like a logistical nightmare for him.
Very much.
And why the logistical nightmare? You just let it run
So
themselves.
everyone who catches him gets a fast pass.
it would cause absolute you'd be on your way to like go like ride the haunted mansion and see one guy in a suit and that's just like 20 people in a mass crowd just
And then you've just waited an hour and a half. You've just waited an hour and a half for the rock and roller coaster. Your phone goes ping. You're John Wick. You got an hour to run.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Also, like, imagine you're next in ride for a line. You're about to get on the ride. You're not part of the John Wick experience at all. Meanwhile, John Wick cuts everybody in line. He's like,
I need to get on now.
Give me on this ride.
Here's my fast pass. Get me on now.
Yeah, get the fast pass. So if you're driving the fast pass, you get kind of like how they did that like a one-time card. If you have that, you can use this one time and you get like a free. That's like your free.
and he takes the last spot in the ride and it drives off. You have to wait longer.
Dude, you'd have like packs of like savages, like like running around. They like, where the fuck is he?
Imagining you're on a ride. You're on like fucking rock and roller coaster. All of a sudden you feel like a gun to the back of your head. It's like, gotcha, gotcha, bitch.
You know, if we want to add a
You
little bit.
unfasten your seatbelt.
Now we want to.
Fighting on the roller coaster, jumping out of the roller coaster.
Now, if we want to make this even more crazy, I
I'm
kind of had an
imagining a
idea.
guy going to the top of the hill and then like way down in the distance, he's like,
It's him. There he is, way down.
There he is.
Get off! So say like you find him, maybe you don't want the fast pass. Well, if you're able to bring John Wick to guest services, you get a special edition Mickey Mouse John Wick pin that you can only get for capturing John Wick and bringing him to guest services.
Pulling him away from his family.
Pulling him out of line.
Come with me.
Pulling him out of line so you can
The Beauty
get
and the
your
Beast live show.
pin. In the middle of the Beauty and the Beast live show, they get on stage and start fighting.
Yeah, just like in the middle of the show, you start to hear like silenced pistols like going off in the crowd.
People are walking down the aisles, going like, shooting across the aisles like in the movie.
Yeah, that's the John Wick experience.
Wow, that's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
I can't see anyone getting injured or sued.
Well, you opt into it by paying for it, so really you can't get sued.
Yeah, honestly, I don't
You
think
sign
anybody.
a really long contract.
I don't think anybody in the world is worth more than $355. Honestly, that's a lot of money.
It is.
I don't think I would pay
Certainly
more for a human.
for the fast pass for
It's also the experience, and you could get the limited edition pen.
to literally
Capture.
chase someone to get a fast pass.
I know that was actually a thing. The fucking Disney employees, like Disney employees, would hate their fucking jobs because
They have to drop pins.
They'd have to.
John Wick's.
Well, no, they'd yeah.
John
Well,
Wick, goddammit.
that'd be half. The other half of it would be like when someone starts. Like there'd probably be a rule like, oh, you can't do too much once you're beyond this point of the line or something, and then someone would start acting up, and the Disney employees would be like, "Hey, no hunting John Wick."
Hey, no spawn camping him outside the ride.
He's in the assassin safe zone.
There are 100% of people just crowds outside the gift shop.
They're just
Dude, firing
they're standing
squad.
outside the
He has to
bathroom.
come
You know
out
how?
eventually.
Yeah, you know how in the movie there's the Continental where it's like a neutral ground. You can't
that's
kill
what I'm
anybody
saying
in
about
there.
the hotel.
All gift shops and hotel they're all
Yeah.
like. You can't kill anybody there, and if you do, you get excommunicadoed. And then if you get excommunicadoed and somebody else kills you, they get 10 fast passes.
Dude, it wouldn't even people wouldn't give a fuck about the rides anymore. They'd just be like chasing each other down all day.
I know, people would just be like, let's go to John Wick World.
Let's go to the John Wick.
Maybe if we have time, we'll ride a roller coaster. But I imagine we'll be chasing a really
Little
fucking
kid
fast
all day.
18-year-old around the Magic Kingdom for a few hours.
Dude, what if there was
I
like a
guess just
John
1
Wick
hour.
who stays John Wick for like 6 months?
Yeah.
And they don't even know what happens to him when they close down the park at night. They're just like, yeah, he's here.
He didn't leave.
He didn't leave. He comes back every morning and gets chased around by people. But yeah, he's
I'm
been John Wick
imagining-
for 6
I'm
months.
imagining someone do the classic bait and switch where I imagine it figures out your your general location from your magic band or whatever, and someone finally thinks they get it, and they open a door, there's just a magic band laying on the ground, like,
there.
no,
You got us. John Wick's on top of the roof looking. Oh.
He's on the ceiling.
some 10-year-old.
This kid's unstoppable.
Where did he go?
Well, thanks for tuning in for the Non
Yeah,
Discriminatory
thanks.
podcast.
Leave a like, subscribe. If you have any roller coaster ideas, let us know. We'll gladly take them for our theme park.
Yeah, send this to
The
Disney.
nondescript amusement.
Send this to Bob Chapek.
He's not CEO anymore.
Oh, who's
Eisner.
Bob,
Yeah,
was it Eisner?
Eisner's back now.
Eisner's back. Send this to Bob.
And remember, check us out on Spotify. Thank you.
99.